going on, group? What's going on, guys? Good evening to you guys in the U.S. Good morning if you're here on the East. It's the morning time. I probably still got sleep in my eyes. Still got the morning time face, but I'm ready to go in for you guys. I'm ready to teach you some skills that can potentially create a more freedom lifestyle for you and your family. And I'm going to be devoting my time every week. I don't know for how long, but I'm going to be giving this information out for free. I'm going to really be just giving it all. I'm not going to hold anything back. If you have any questions during the time that we're going over this information, you definitely want to take this time to ask it. It don't matter what it is. It really doesn't even matter what it's about. Try to stay on topic, but right now this hour or this half hour is going to be for you, so take advantage of it. I'm going to go over a few preliminary things about the group first before we start jumping into how to make money trading currencies online. And I'm super excited about this topic. I'm actually excited about all the topics we talk about in this group. But this topic particularly, I've just started to grasp the skill myself, and it's fun. That's all I can really tell you for right now, is that it's going to be fun. All right, so a little bit I'm going to talk about the purpose of this group. This group, Freedom Lifestyle Investors, the reason why we started this group in the first place is because we want to help people to create a more freedom lifestyle through investing. And so the name Freedom Lifestyle Investors, that's exactly what we're trying to promote into other people's lives. We're doing this information for free. A lot of people charge hundreds, even thousands for this information. I have some time on my hands, so I'm going to just be totally just giving it away for free, just because I really do want to see people succeed that's already a part of our network. And then hopefully you can go on and pass this information on to other people. And so it's like a trickle effect, right? When one person starts something that they truly believe in or they have results in and they go share it with someone else, then you can go and have success and then go share it with your family and go share it with your friends. And all of a sudden, before we know it, we have thousands of people that have learned certain skills and are able to really change their life, change their family dynamics. Like, we're talking about breaking chains here. A lot of people grew up in families, including myself, where you may not even heard about investing or knew how to invest at all. That wasn't something that we daily talked about and wasn't passed down to you. And so we're talking about starting a new chain of things where when your kids come in, they'll automatically already have investments that you've already set up for them. They already have some type of inheritance that they can just inherit right away. And not only that, you have certain skills now that you can go pass down to your children where they won't have to worry about just survival out here in this world. And so that's why I'm so passionate about teaching this information, even for free. All right, I'm not looking for anything from this. I don't have anything for sale at the end of this. I'm just genuinely just giving you the information. Now, with this information that I'm giving, you can make thousands, even millions from this information. And that's between everything that we're talking about. But particularly today, you can literally start off with like $10, $100, and really start making that into a small fortune. So we're going to talk about that in a second. So I'm going to talk about our goals for our group for 2018. Our realistic goal is to be able to help 100 families live a more freedom lifestyle through investing. And that's whether or not you're investing in real estate, investing in trading currencies, investing in your business or other people's businesses. Those are the investments that we found to be able to not only provide you return on your money, but also provide you the freedom to be able to live where you want, do what you want, how you want, and really start building wealth that you can start passing down to generations. All right, so that's why we chose these investments particularly. There's other types of ways, of course, to invest your money, but these are the ways that I found that are the most fun and new right now. So that's what it is. Also, I wanted to tell you about the units on the side of the group. If you look on, the left side, if you look on the left side, there is a button that says units. And this type of group, I think it's like a social learning group that we created. And so if you click on units right on the side of the group, it'll take you to our past trainings. And if you add stuff to the group that's really valuable, we'll add that as a part of the training so people can always go back and revisit that and not have to search through posts. All right, and it makes it really easy to be able to target out certain categories. So if it's like, if you're interested in real estate and you want to figure out, okay, what was the real estate past trainings, then you'll go click on the units and you'll click on the real estate section. The same thing for Forex, the same thing for business. It will always have different sections. Also, another thing that you can invest in is yourself. So I forgot that category, which is probably the most important category is to be able to invest in yourself. So you want to be able to invest in trainings, be able to invest in making yourself happy during those times, to be able to invest in gaining new skills. Though that money that you spend on investing in yourself will probably give you a bigger return than anywhere else you can invest, especially starting off. And so use that as one of your priorities to invest in yourself also. All right, so we got investing in real estate, investing in currencies, investing in your business, investing in other people's businesses, and then also investing in yourself. So that's what we're about. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about here. So let's talk about why should you trade currencies. So when you're talking about currencies, I'm gonna use an example, right? I like to use physical examples because I think the physical examples help out. So that way, when you're trading currency online, you kind of understand the general concept, right? So right now I'm in Thailand right now, and Thailand has different type of money than the U.S. money. This is foreign money right here. So this is, I got it the wrong way. So this is actually baht money. They call it baht out here. They don't call it dollars, but it's foreign money, right? So you have foreign money and you have U.S. dollars. I don't have any U.S. dollars on me because we've been out here for a while. But let's say in this hand I had U.S. dollars, and then I have foreign money, which is baht money right here in Thailand. Just for an example, this money is worth 31, I think right now, $31 is worth $31 in U.S. money. So if I have $1 in U.S. money, it'll be worth 31 baht, if that makes sense. All right, so $1 equals 31 baht. So that means once I exchange my $1 over, they'll give me 31 of these, and I can go out and I can spend that here in Thailand. All right, so if you look at it from an investment standpoint, when we first got here, $1 was worth 33 baht, right? So that was more. So when I first got here, when I first landed in Thailand, I took my $1, I exchanged it over for baht money, and they gave me 33 baht. Now, since I've been here for some time, the US dollar has went down. It's not worth as much. And you might carry US money in your pocket and not know that it's going up and down in value because, you know, we're not trained to really pay attention to those things. And so in your pocket right now, your dollar isn't worth as much as it was just a few months ago. Your dollar isn't worth nowhere near what it was worth a few years ago, right? And now that's something that you can feel. You can feel when you go to the store and you say, you know, I want to buy this, you know, piece of candy, and this piece of candy is only 1 cent. And then years later, as you grow up, that same piece of candy is worth 25 cents, 50 cents. And that went up exponentially, right? You feel that in your pocket, but you don't really know why or why that's happening. And that's because the currency that you have in your country may not be worth as much as what it used to be worth, you know, other places. So if we go and, you know, go to Europe, for example, and we have the euro dollar, and the euro dollar is worth more than a US dollar right now. So if you go and you exchange your US dollar over to euros, you're going to receive less euros because their money is worth more. And so that's something that, you know, like I said, we don't really pay attention to. We don't pay attention to the money that we might carry around. But me being over here in Thailand, I almost have to I have to pay attention to a little bit more, because if I go exchange my money right now today, I'm going to be getting less baht money than what I did when I first got here. And so I'm constantly looking at the exchange rate online, and I can go and I can Google baht to USD. Baht is BAHT. So I can go and Google baht to USD, and I can see it fluctuate up and down all day long. And so if it goes down even more, let's say it's only worth 20 baht for my $1, you know, the cost of living here is going to start to really pick up, you know, just overnight, just because of that simple thing of the exchange rate. And so I wanted to use a physical example so that you can understand, because when we're trading currencies online, we're actually doing the same thing. It's just that you're not going to receive the physical money in your hand, but you're still going to be purchasing a certain currency in hopes that that currency is going to rise or fall, and then you're going to be able to make that spread in between. All right, so you're trading currencies and you're trading foreign. It's called Forex because it's short for foreign exchange. And so you're exchanging your money for another foreign currency because that currency is either worth more or is worth less, and you're trying to make a spread in between. And this spread can happen quickly. It can happen within seconds, within minutes, within hours, that you go and you buy, euro, for example, and then euro falls really, really fast in that hour compared to the currency that you're trading against. And so you can make a lot of money within that time frame and that spread when you just simply make a trade online. All right. And so if we think about the type of currency, so there's a lot of different types of currencies out there, right? I just named a few foreign countries. And then you also have cryptocurrencies, which is something that we're not going to talk about today. But if you've heard of Bitcoin, Bitcoin is a form of a currency. And you can also trade Bitcoin, right? So let's say, for example, right now Bitcoin is worth $7,000 today. And you go buy a Bitcoin for $7,000. And then tomorrow, Bitcoin rises and now it's worth $10,000. You just made $3,000 by simply just purchasing the Bitcoin, and then it's raising in value. And so that's what we're kind of doing here, except we're going to be trading against other currencies. And Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is definitely a great way for you to be able to make money from your investment. We've made crazy returns, like 1,000% returns off of buying certain cryptocurrencies. And that's something for another day. That's a whole nother topic that we're not going to talk about today with cryptocurrencies. But we are going to get into foreign exchange, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that for people who are just starting out. So I put a poll in a group, and we did have a few people that answered the poll. So there's some people in here that are brand new, don't know what Forex is, so that's why we're going over the basics. And we also have some people in the group that currently actively trade Forex. And so as we go along with these lives, we're going to get more and more advanced. And so that's why we have the units on the side for you to be able to, if you're new, you're just getting started in a certain category, then you'll be able to go back and be able to start from the beginning. But as we go along, we're not going to keep just going over the basics. We're really going to dive in and start trading things together, start making some money together. But we want to start with the basics to make sure everybody is on the same page. And so these beginning lives that we're doing is going to be really important if you want to keep up with what we're going. All right, so that's the type of currencies. There's a whole lot of different types of currencies out there. Foreign currencies, anything, anywhere in the world that has an economy, they usually created their own currency, and we can trade that currency against other currencies. And the same with cryptocurrency. There's thousands of different cryptocurrencies out there. And so that's the type of currencies that you can actually trade, and you can trade it however you like, whatever your heart desires. So what is Forex? I just explained that Forex is short for foreign exchange. And it's basically just saying that you're taking foreign currency and you're trading it for another currency, and you're exchanging it for another currency. So it's literally foreign exchange. And you don't have to do it online. Like I said, you can go to another country and you can take your money and you can go exchange your currency physically in that country. The way we're going to talk about it today is actually doing it online, which is going to be way easier, way fun. You can do it in the comfort of your home. You can do it while you're at your job, just on break. You can do it while you're at your job, not on break. Nobody's going to know. You can do it on your laptop. You can do it on your phone. I'm going to show you guys how to do that real fast. We're going to run through this stuff kind of fast. So hopefully you're either keeping up or you're going to be watching this thing and you can kind of pause and go along as we go further. So how do you get started in foreign exchange? I would recommend that you go right now and you can Google foreign exchange brokers. Or I'm going to recommend the broker that I use. I use a broker. The broker's name is Trader's Way. Oh man, there's so many bugs out here. So I'm gonna put that link right now. The broker that I use. Oh, it's not Trader's Way. I'm sorry. Oh, it is Trader's Way. I'll put the link in here. The broker that I use is a foreign broker. Doesn't really matter which broker that you choose, really, when it comes down to it, especially when you're just starting off. But there's a lot of different foreign exchange brokers out there that you can choose from. The one that I chose is Trader's Way, and that's because it's a foreign broker. It allows me to leverage a little bit higher, and I can start with less money. So you can, with Trader's Way, you can start with as little as $10 to be able to open up a live account. Mostly all the brokers have free accounts that you can start off with, and it's really just a demo account. So that way you don't have to risk any of your real capital. You can literally just get started and start learning how to do this thing. And on a demo account, which is almost like a live account, but you're not trading real money. It's basically going to be fake money, and you're going to be able to see when you're successful, when you're not successful, when you lose money, when you gain money. It's just not going to be real money. So I always recommend people to be able to start off there. It may be, you have to start off there for weeks or months before you move into a live account until you feel comfortable risking your own money. Or some people that just like jumping out there and just jumping in the water regardless. You can just start off with live and just start it off small and get a feel for it, and you can learn along the way. It's just a difference between you starting off with a demo account and live, because even on demo, when you have some success and losses, you can't really feel it as much. So you don't really have the emotional lessons that you get when you're trading live and you're trading with real money. And emotions are a big part in learning how to trade Forex online or learning how to do it successfully. When I tell you, it tests who you are as a person, and it really puts to the test, how cheap you are, or how much emotions really take over you while you're trading Forex is it's just amazing. It's amazing what you find about yourself just from doing this little task. And so I would recommend just starting off, just getting a broker account. You can, once you sign up for the broker account, like I said, you can sign up for a live account, which is as little as $10 to deposit into the account, or you can just simply sign up for a demo account. You don't need any money, and just go and sign up. When you sign up for the broker, it's going to have you download an app. The app that most brokers use is called MT4 or MetaTrader 4, and you'll download this MetaTrader 4 to your computer, your laptop. It doesn't matter if you have a Mac computer or a Windows computer. The app will be able to work on both of them. And then also, they also have an app for your phone, for your smartphone. And again, it doesn't matter if it's an iPhone or an Android phone, you'll be able to download this app, this trading app, to your phone. And so I have it on pretty much all my computers, all my phones. I have the app on because I want to be able to do this on the go. You can do it on the go, you can do it at home. And so I make sure that I have the apps on all of my computers so that way I can be trading currencies whenever I want. The foreign exchange market is open it's open Monday to Fridays, 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and then it's closed on the weekends while the banks are closed. And this skill is really something that the banks don't want you to know, because seriously, they are trading your money. When you give them your money to the bank, and you might think it's just sitting there somewhere nice in a safe. I'm not sure if you really think that, but really they're out there trading your money. Your money isn't sitting there. They're trading your money on a foreign exchange market, and they're making, buku money off of your money. Like, if you can imagine, if everybody's giving them their money, they're literally just trading the currencies, trading it, and making money off of your money while your money is just sitting there. What you really can do is, instead of having your money in the bank, you can be trading the money yourself, making that return yourself instead of giving it to the bank to use to be able to do it. And they're seriously trading your money if you don't know. This foreign exchange market is a multi-trillion-dollar market. It's like the biggest market, I think, out there, really, when it comes down to where money is going and the amount of money that's going into this thing. You don't just have to trade currencies on MT4. MT4 allows you to trade commodities. You can trade stocks. You can trade, things like gold. You can trade Bitcoin, futures. You can trade a lot of different things on MT4. But again, we're just really focusing on trading currencies right now for the time being. But if you want to start getting into trading, once you know how to use these charts, and you know what to look for, and you know how economies work and how currencies work, you'll be able to trade anything that has a chart. Even real estate data has charts, and learning how to trade foreign exchange helped me to even look at real estate data in a different way, and I can start to prejudge when certain markets are going up and down in real estate because I'm starting to learn these skills and also economies and keeping track of those things. When you get into foreign exchange, it'll really open up your mind to even more things than just making money, but you'll start learning what money is and how it operates, and it's going to expand your mind more than I can even tell you. So that's pretty much how I recommend that you get started in foreign exchange. Just simply open a broker account. Open it right now. Don't wait. Just open a broker account right now. Sign up for a free one, or just simply take $10 and risk that $10, and you'll be able to see that $10 grow every single day as you start to learn this skill. And so how much can you make? So it really depends on how much you're willing to invest, how much you're willing to risk. This is a high risk sport. This isn't something where, if you put your money in, you can pretty much sit back and just think that your money is going to always be there. This is something that you have to be willing to risk that money if you're putting it into the foreign exchange. Might take a little while for you to learn the skill. or it just might be a bad trading day one day. But even though you can risk you risk losing it all, you can risk gaining so much more. Like the gains that you get is totally worth the risk when it comes down to it. So let's say, for instance, you're starting off with just $10. If you're starting off with just $10, you're not going to be able to make a whole lot really, really fast because you're only starting with a little bit. You're not going to be able to leverage that to be able to make a whole lot when it starts off. But at least you're getting started. That's the whole point. All right, so if you put in $10, then you can, let's think you can make $2, $20 during that day. But just think about it. That $10 was sitting in your pocket, or worse, it was sitting at the bank and they was making money off of it. But now you're putting it to the foreign exchange and you can start making interest off of that money because now you're learning how to actually trade it. So your $10 can flip into 20, and just by you simply looking at some charts, pushing a button, pushing another button, and then your money is flipped. All right, so I like to call it money flipping because I really feel like you're just sitting there just pushing a button and you're flipping your money. Even though you don't have the physical money, it's literally going to be flipping. All right, and then if you have more money to invest, I would say start off with a minimum of $100, $200. If you have $100 or $200 to be able to risk, just put that $100 in there, and you're going to be able to see that $100 flip into $200, flip into $1,000. If you have $1,000 to invest, that's when we start talking some real business now. Now you can start turning that $1,000 into $10,000. If you have $5,000 to invest, you can start making $20,000 a week off this thing. If you have, $20,000 to invest, now we're talking about, $100,000 flipping your money. So the more that you put in there, of course, the more you'll be able to leverage and make more money. But again, start off small. Don't start off throwing $5,000 into your account and then seeing if you can make $20,000 real fast. I wouldn't recommend that if you don't already have the skills. Just start off with either a demo account or start off with $100, $200, and then see your stuff grow from there. And then you can turn that $100 into $1,000, that $1,000 into $10,000, that $10,000 into $20 to $100, and it can be a step tier thing. I've seen people go faster. It's possible. But I just wouldn't recommend that you risk it all if you don't really know what you're doing right away. But it's definitely possible. It's something that you can do today. All right, so that's how much you can really make from it. And then let's talk about how to become a master trader. Now, if you want to become a master trader, first of all, you got to go at this thing like it's do or die. And this is how I go at everything that I've ever succeeded at. It doesn't matter if it's business, real estate, trading currencies. It doesn't matter. I have to go at it with I'm willing to risk it all to be able to get to the destination. All right. So if you put in that $100, you have to be willing to risk it all in order to get to that 1,000. Sometimes you'll risk that whole 100. You got to put in another 100. Sometimes you might risk that. You got to put in another one. You got to be willing to go there and risk it all for you to be able to make it. And so, and you also have to go at it where it doesn't matter how long it takes you to be able to learn a skill. There's no time frame on success. When it comes down to it, it's only your devotion. It's only your commitment. And so if you have that commitment in there, like it doesn't matter how long it takes me to learn this skill, I'm going to learn the skill. I'm going to be successful with it. It doesn't matter what it takes. That's when you're going to get to the goal. If you're just somebody where you want to just kind of teeter-totter and be like, you know what, maybe it'll work for me. Maybe I'll try this new thing out. If it doesn't work in the next 5 days, and I'm just going to call it quits, it's not for me. If you're that type of person, then I would recommend don't even get started in whatever endeavor you're going to do. Whatever endeavor that you decide to do, you have to be able to have that total commitment. All right, so most of the things that I've started, it took me a year or more to be able to get success with. Now, a lot of times I wasn't going at it as hard as I was supposed to be going at it for the whole year. So, I can use foreign exchange, for example. I learned about foreign exchange a little bit over a year ago, but I was totally focused on real estate at that time, and I was just starting to get my huge success in real estate. And so even though I was kind of learning about foreign exchange, or I had people around me that was doing it, my focus was going into real estate because it was just hitting the top of where I was at. And so I really couldn't focus on foreign exchange as much, but I had it on the side like, you know what, I'm definitely going to do that when I get a little bit more time. And then I would say about 6 months ago, I started to get time because my real estate business was already automated. I already had that going. I learned the skills in real estate with now I can do what I want in any real estate niche, and I have the knowledge. Then I started having some time to really get into Forex. And so 6 months ago, I went and I paid for a few mentors, really. I started off with a couple mentors. Their trading style wasn't conducive to my lifestyle. And then I found a mentor that really fit with what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go and how he traded. And so I paid money for a mentor. Of course, I'm always a big fan of paying people for their time and their expertise because it cuts your learning curve in half. And if somebody was trading Forex for the last 5 years and they went through a whole lot of strife, they lost a whole bunch of money, they figured some things out that most people don't know, why would I go recreate the wheel and go start off where they started off with so that I can spend another 5 years trying to get there? No, I'm simply just going to pay them for their time, for their 5 years of knowledge, for their information, and then they're going to hand over to me almost 5 years of strife that they went through, and I'm going to be able to skip over that. And so I was able to literally, in 6 months, learn a skill that I had no idea about, learned it to the point where now I'm comfortable enough to be able to put my live money into there and start flipping my money online. And so the first thing I would recommend if you're trying to be a master trader is to get a mentor. Go find a mentor that's already doing it. I'm not going to be your foreign exchange mentor because I'm not there. So I can't even promise you that if you hit me up, I'm going to coach you personally. No, I'm going to simply just refer you to my mentor because he's a genius at it. He actually creates a whole system. Like he has a whole system that he programs himself because that's how knowledgeable he is. And so not only do I get to get his knowledge, he gets to hand me over a whole system that allow me to be able to trade currencies easier because he's already taken the time to be able to learn how to do certain programming and learn certain math equations in order to do certain things. Like I don't have to focus on any of that stuff. I can simply just focus on learning how to trade Forex because he's able to use his expertise. I paid him for his time and for his system, and now I can do it. So if you do want to learn how to do Forex, you do want to get a mentor, then I'll simply refer you to my mentor because I'm not going to be teaching anybody how to do foreign exchange. That's just not my thing. So let's see, can you get in the negative if the market drops? No, you can't get into the negative. The way the brokers work is they'll just simply cut your trade off and they'll cut your account off before you get to a negative. And the way brokers make money is they're going to take a little teeny spread off of the amount of money that you make or the amount of money that you've put in and lost. So that's how they make their money. And once it gets to a certain point and you're losing, they're simply going to cut your trade off and we call it blowing your account. So at that point, you'll blow your account, but then you can just go and reinvest and put some more money in there, and then you'll be able to get started right again. So no, you won't be able to get into the negative. You won't be owing any money. This isn't debt. You're not going to get in debt. We're talking about doing investments. This is going to be the opposite of getting in debt. So you don't have to worry about getting in debt to anything here, unless you're, of course, using money that you don't own right now or that you don't actually have. And so if you're using a credit card, then yeah, you could probably get in debt. And I'm not against using credit cards because I've gotten to success by maxing out credit cards. I've done that. I've been there and I'll do it again. I'm thankful for the credit cards that I've maxed out because it was somebody else's money that I got to leverage. I didn't have to work for the money. You know, the money that I work for, I can go spend on rent and food, and then I can take this credit card that somebody said they gave me the ability to be able to use, and I don't mind leveraging someone else's money. Like, yeah, it might get you in debt if you do lose, but you can pay that back eventually. That'll be okay. So if you do have a credit card and you want to leverage that, hey, I'm not against that. But at the same time, if you don't want to be in debt or you don't want to risk being in debt, then of course you can just take a little bit of what you have and then just build slowly and put a little bit inside of there. And so, yeah, guys, that's kind of the gist of just the beginning of this thing, how to really just get started. You really want to get started first before we start getting into actually how to do this. And so next time we talk about foreign exchange, we won't be talking about the basics. I'll be opening up my computer, sharing my screen. We can start looking at some charts, and then together we can start making money. But we can't do it together if everybody's not on the same page. And so I would say get started right now. Don't delay. Even if you feel like you don't have a lot of time to be able to invest in learning a new skill, just get started right now, because eventually you are going to be able to get that time to be able to do it. And maybe you do have the time to do it right now. If you have the time to be able to learn this skill, this is something that I would recommend just doing on the side. Even if you have a full-time job, you can pull your phone out and you can be looking at the charts, trying to figure this thing out while you're on your break. And if you have that commitment to yourself, to your family, to be able to build wealth, to be able to create a new lifestyle, you're going to take the time to be able to learn this skill, and then you're going to be able to devote whatever it takes to be able to learn it. All right, so before I end this off, I do want to say that because we have so many different ways to invest, I wouldn't recommend you do everything at one time. So I don't want you to, start a new online business, start getting into real estate, start trading Forex, and this is all brand new to you, and you're trying to do a whole bunch of things at one time. I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend you start getting success with one first and just figure out which one you really have the time and devotion and passion to be able to do consistently. Start off with that one first. Get that to the point where it's consistent, it's bringing you money, you have the knowledge now, and you can start moving on to the next type of investing strategy. And so if you decided that real estate is something, like for me, I decided real estate was something that I wanted to start off doing first. Didn't require me to have any money. And then I knew that once I start learning that knowledge in real estate, I could start doing any niche strategy anywhere in the world. And so I decided to go after real estate first, give it my all, devotion. You know, I was willing to, me and my wife quit our job. We was willing to live on the street. We was willing to, you know, do whatever it took to be able to have success in real estate. Once we had that going, then we started to get, you know, to the online businesses, had that going, started to get into foreign exchange, you know, had that going, and then we could start investing into other businesses and start really, you know, duplicating our success and duplicating our money. And so I would definitely recommend just starting off with one thing, getting that to the point where it's starting to make you money, or at least that you have the knowledge enough that you know what you're doing, and then start adding on skills after that. So don't try to do 5 things at one time if you're just starting out. Do one thing, get that successful, and then move on to the other thing. All right, guys, so that's my time for the day. Hopefully you guys learned something from it. If not, just hit me up. I'm here in this group. You can simply ask whatever question you want. I'll be able to reply to it. So if you really do need my help, I'm giving it out for free. I don't know many people that's really giving out this information for free right now. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do it. I can't promise this is going to be forever. But right now I have the time, I have the want, I have the passion. And we want to be able to get at least 100 families to be able to live a more freedom lifestyle. I'm passionate about hitting this goal. So I'm going to give my time, and I'm going to give my knowledge and to be able to hit this goal. Any goal that I say I want to hit, and I really give all, and I'm serious about it, I want to hit the goal. So if you're one of those 100 families, I'm here for you. Just reach out to me. All right, guys. Peace out.